I am Richa Shiromani and I'm the Managing Director of Ecowanted HR Consulting. We are a premier recruiting firm in Hyderabad, and while our focus is mainly on recruiting right now, we do plan to expand into training and intensify our focus on diversity in the near future. I've had a long corporate career and I have worked for over 20 years in the corporate sector in different countries, including Australia and US. So I have done a lot of hiring and for my teams, and this is a different journey, but it's an exciting new adventure that I have embarked on. So I'm looking forward to the next coming few years. When I was in the US, I worked with a semi-government disability firm where I was a part of the career development team. We help people with disabilities find gainful employment. Helping these wonderful people and seeing them in a work environment that was calibrated to help them succeed was very impactful. In particular, I was very moved by this one autistic student who was an absolute delight to work with. He was so eager to learn and be financially independent. He was just so joyful to be just at work. And he left a very strong impact on me, and I think I will never forget that in my lifetime. So this is what I wanted to bring here. When I came back to India, I realized this is sorely missing. So I wanted to start a firm which had this focus, and I co-founded this firm with Shiromani. She has a long academic career with a strong focus on training and development, and together we plan to create a support system for the marginalized communities and for women who want to rebuild their careers after building their families. While we are currently concentrating mostly on our corporate recruitment division, so that we can get our firm to stand on its own feet, we do plan to intensify our focus on the diversity piece very soon in the near future. After 20 plus years of corporate jobs and being a training spouse, I really needed a refreshing change. I wanted to step beyond, doing jobs for salary, and I wanted to give back. And I've always been a gregarious person, and I feel I really shine in the career counseling space. So even though I do not come from an entrepreneur background, I wanted to venture into this. But sometimes there can be doubts, especially in a startup phase. And at a time when I was feeling really unsure about my venture, a candidate messaged me and he said no one had ever taken the time to understand his strength, his weaknesses, and as a candidate, and coached him like I did. And this is not a paying client. This is a candidate whom I was career coaching. So he was very grateful for the fact, and he asked me if I could be his mentor. So that really struck something. And then there was another veteran whom I was trying to place, and after speaking to him, he sent me a message, and if I might quote, he said, "If you don't mind, ma'am, you're the first person after my retirement who saw and respected me as an army person. Thank you so much, ma'am. I am so proud of myself today, and thank you for making my day." So these kind of messages, these kind of feedbacks always give you a sense that yeah, you are going in the right direction. And it made me realize I'm truly doing what I set out to do, and I am making a difference. So that really helps. Our services are geared towards offering equal opportunities to those candidates who don't typically get a fair chance at employment. Our recruitment manager, Sheila Jaiswal, is a prime example of how talent and capability is left untapped, as many smart and capable women are unable to join the workforce when they take an extended career break due to personal reasons. Resumes with large career breaks are often overlooked by companies because they are labeled as being unstable, unreliable, and during the hiring process, they take all of these things in consideration. They do not take into consideration just the capability of the candidate. But we have not for a single day felt that her career break has impacted her ability to be a hands-on manager and who's easily able to juggle between the various responsibilities, from training, new employment, recruiting, to client interaction. This is a fast-paced industry, so she needs to be on top, and she is. And when we are able to get equal advantages for marginalized communities such as LGBTQ and other differently abled candidates, that is when we are going to be doing true service towards our society. Oh, well, we are still establishing a strong foundation for our India operations. But in 5 years, I definitely see Ecowanted being a global organization. Plans to launch our company in the US are already in the works. I have substantial experience in that market, so we are very confident that we'll be able to make it there. Beyond that, we have plans to expand in Australia and UK and other regions. Moreover, we also plan to launch our corporate training. Like I said before, Shreya has a lot of experience in training and development, so that is a division which will be headed by her. And we also definitely, as I said before, want to intensify our focus on the career development and placement of the marginalized communities. That is very dear to our heart. Well, opportunity and risk go hand in hand. So you must be willing to take the risk if you want to access the opportunities. That goes without saying. But do the groundwork before you begin, because it can smoothen out a lot of bumps and in the startup that are bound to happen. Another advice I would like to give people who already have been in their career but want to make a shift, want to make a new start, but they are afraid because they don't want to start from scratch. But just understand, you're really not starting from scratch, you are starting from experience. And I have firsthand seen how my experience and my connections are actually catapulting my company. Well, I am honored to be featured in the CEO magazine so early on in my entrepreneurial journey. And I am humbled and so inspired by the interviews of the other prolific women featured here. This magazine helps bring to focus the wonderful work done by innovative and motivating leaders. And these inspiring stories really need to be shared and to motivate the new generation of entrepreneurs that is coming up.